Welcome to GLHF, the world's first podcast in video games. You know what I'm thinking about right now, Austin, besides the sound of sloshing water coming from your microphone?
Okay, that's what I was going to say, is sloshing water. But I guess that's not right. There's a little more for you.
We started out and I heard a wet slapping immediately.
I've got other things going on at the moment, but don't worry about that.
Yeah, I'm not thinking about it.
Good. All right. So you are thinking, well, what are you thinking about? Let me think. You're thinking about Judi Dench.
No, I was actually thinking about, because we were speaking about jumping, because you can't seem to figure out how to jump in this game.
Oh, it's back. I have my jump back now.
Okay. I'm sure this has been talked about, but I just noticed recently when I was playing a game that, like, when you video game jump, obviously, like, as a player, you want the jump to happen immediately. Like, you want to be moving up the second that you push the button, but that means that there's no wind up, so your character doesn't actually have time to bend their knees to jump.
I think about this all the time. It's a very
you just kind of
interesting,
like hover up immediately, and then they kind of make you, in the animation they kind of have your knees bend a little bit, so maybe there's a little bit of an illusion that that's happening, but in reality it's just like your feet kind of on their own are just accelerating towards the sky.
Yeah, there are games where they try to make it realistic. Like if you play like a Red Dead, they put a little more priority on getting the animation right, which then makes it feel extremely sluggish. And a lot of people, of course, don't like that. But I agree that like a Mario perfected the jump, right, way back in 80, whatever. Just that instantaneous, and then like the physics of the jump, and then the fact that you can like move while you're in the air, which wasn't always the case in old video games. Which is of course not something we can do in real life.
Man, I wish.
I mean, a good video game jump is highly valued.
There's also a thing, right, where they, when you're doing a platformer like Mario, the platform actually goes out a little bit further invisibly than it looks, because they figured out that like that's the only way it feels like you can actually jump from the end of the platform, is they have to like actually extend it a little bit.
I love little like game design thing, because like I feel like those types of things are the things that separate a game when you play it and it just like feels polished and good. It's these things you could never put into words just from playing, but you can feel them. And then you play a game where it doesn't have that, horrible, not good.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorites is have you ever noticed how in Zelda games, at least older 3D Zelda games, I don't know if this is true of Breath of the Wild, but I assume it is, when your sword impacts an enemy, the whole game like freezes for like 2 frames and then it continues on. So there's like
that's definitely true in the older ones, right?
Very, very subtle. Yeah, this very subtle stutter that just like helps give the impact like a little bit more oomph.
It makes it feel like, I was going to say, it makes it feel like oomph.
Oomph, that's exactly what it is.
There's no other word for it.
Things like that are so good. I love a good YouTube video that explains some subtle game design principles to me. Yeah. Because it's so much stuff you would never think about. But
it's so important that combat feels good, which is why it's always blown my mind, the popularity of Skyrim.
I was just going to say, it's actually not necessarily that important, because Skyrim's combat feels pretty bad.
Skyrim is huge.
And it's a very popular game.
And it feels horrible. That's the worst feeling that's the gameplay I've ever experienced.
That is that. Well, we don't have to go that hard, or we can take it back a couple notches.
I guess I've played a lot of garbage on my channel, so I guess I can't say that. But
I mean, ultimately, doesn't that come down to just like you can just get used to whatever? Like you play old Tomb Raider games; those don't feel good per se, but you just get used to it, and then it almost does feel good because you're just like used to it.
That is true.
That's just kind of how our brains work.
I
agree that like Skyrim is the one that comes to mind. Like back in the day, I used to say like Skyrim sucks because it doesn't pause for 2 frames when you attack someone like Zelda does. Zelda's goated.
Valid.
And I was right. I was right for sure.
You were definitely right about that.
It turns out you can just overlook whatever. As long as you play something for long enough, you just will get used to it and it won't matter anymore.
Yeah.
And that's what we should all strive to do. Is just be so much monotony and repeating of the same things over and over. It's like a song on the radio that you hate, but you just keep listening to it until you like it.
Oh yeah. Speaking of songs on the radio, does it not seem like I mean, we don't really listen to the radio anymore. I don't. Do you? Put the radio on?
You like once every like a couple times a month I'll put on like the current top 40 trending songs in the US, but it's like a playlist, so I guess not. But
Okay,
I like
yeah.
to see what's up.
The top 40
There's that
these
song
days.
about Texas.
What song about Texas? Sing it for me.
She's from Texas, I can tell by the way.
I got no
That
idea what
song.
that is.
It's called
The top
Choosing
40
Texas.
now is all like TikTok songs last time I checked.
There's a lot of TikTok songs. It's interesting because they calculate it based on like streams. And so sometimes you'll have songs that like clearly nobody's listening to, but because it's getting a lot of
Oh,
streams.
but does it count streams on like TikTok? Do we think?
No. But I think it counts. Well, maybe it does count like
It might.
if a song is used in a reel or whatever, and it, how you can like reference the song
Yeah.
and it goes through Instagram music or whatever. Maybe it does. But I'm more thinking just like you can tell that a song is not like a song that released from an artist as a single. It's just like some random thing that went viral that people are listening to the chorus of. Were there any standouts that you noticed that you want to point out?
Well, my point about the radio was really that, at least, so I feel like for whatever reason, when I was in the car as a kid, it was always like the alternative station. What was on, like alternative rock.
Yeah.
And
right.
if you turn those types of stations on today, why do I feel like it's all the same 10 songs that I heard as a kid
Yes.
growing up? Just still in
I think
2026.
the funny thing is that actually when we were growing up, Top 40 just had alternative rock music on it. Like Linkin Park was top 40, right? Like
Right.
Creed. These were all top 40 artists, Paramore. Whereas now that whole alternative side of top 40 has been taken over by hip hop primarily. So it is just the top 40 rock songs are now playing on the rock stations, which are now for dads.
Maybe.
So
yeah.
it's just that's just dad rock now,
Yeah.
like Linkin Park and whatnot. So,
But I was just,
or maybe
it
there
makes
just
me
no
wonder
new
about
good
like,
alternative songs have come out. I don't know.
I feel the
That can't
same
be
way
true.
about, like an oldies station. I'm like, this is the same oldies that was playing when I was a kid. So like, at what point do they decide that it's actually a new era of oldies now?
Right, now that's a good question. Because yeah, what would you think of as the oldie? Are you thinking of like
I couldn't possibly name a single song because I don't remember things.
Oh, sure you could.
But-
Mr. Sandman, like that type
I
of
don't
shit.
think that old. Not that old.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of. What are you thinking of oldies? Are
I'm
you
talking
thinking of
about like I
ain't
guess-
nothing but a hound dog, like that?
I guess they've just been playing 80s music. Like since I was a kid, it was 80s and now it's still 80s. On like
Well, when we
I
were
don't know
kids,
what
it
they
was
would call
80s,
the
90s,
station.
and today. They would be like the 80s, the 90s, and today. But the 80s wasn't the oldies. Oldies is like
I guess it semed like it to
World War II type music.
to me as a 5-year-old, it seemed like ancient history.
So when you heard like, what's a good example? What's that Wham song? Wake me up before you go.
Yeah.
That song. You were like, this is oldies.
Oh yeah, everything from the 80s
No
seemed like
shot.
ancient to me.
No. The 80s were that's just music. The oldies is the 30s, in my opinion.
Well, you are
30s
an
and
oldie,
40s.
so that would make sense that you would say that.
Well,
For me, that
exactly. I'm
was
wise.
10 years before I was born. I mean, what are we talking about?
Wait, that's crazy. Whatever. Yeah, wow. Time keeps on slipping. I'm singing so much this episode.
I know, I love it. You are the radio.
Yeah, I'm your personal radio, exactly. Here's some top 40 songs currently on the Hot 100 that are surprising to me. Wonderwall by Oasis has returned to the Hot 100.
Okay.
That's in oldies by your definition, the 90s. You got some Olivia Rodrigo on here. You ever listen to Somber? You ever listen to that guy?
I think maybe I've heard that before.
He's
but
that real
I don't-
skinny guy with the jaw.
What is it? Is it spelled weird? Is it just the word somber?
It's just without the E. Somber,
I
but
think
without
I've
the
seen
E.
this written, but I
Yeah.
don't know anything about him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's some good stuff up on the Hot 100.
I don't know
these
anything
days,
new.
for sure.
I know who Olivia Rodrigo is. Sabrina
She's up
Carpenter.
there for sure. Taylor Swift is up there. Sarah Larson. Future's back on the radio, which is funny.
Still doing things?
No, that's a little bit
something
unk of you to say
fucking
that,
hilarious that I heard Louis Theroux say, because I still have been watching YouTube videos of Louis Theroux.
Hell yeah.
But
okay.
But he did the Chicken Shop Date show like years ago, I guess. But I had missed it. But they got on the topic of Ed Sheeran. She was like, "You like Ed Sheeran?" And he's like, "Sure, yeah. I mean, he makes a lot of music. I might like to know what he sounds like if he didn't make so much music." And I was like, that's a really good. That is so perfect.
That's a really good line.
I love
that's like a
that
classic
kind of subtle
dry
burn.
British. Yes, that's really good.
Because
I'd
you know what? Yeah.
It would sound like.
What it would sound like if he had a little more discretion, you know?
Yeah, I mean, now we know he hasn't made anything in a while, right? Since like that song about doing cocaine.
I wouldn't know. All of his songs that I've heard are about him like dancing and making out in clubs, and then you look at a picture of him and you're like, it's hard for me to imagine this guy.
No, of course. You don't think Ed Sheeran's
dancing
doing
and making
that?
out in clubs? I don't know.
Yeah, easy for sure. If
maybe because it's dark.
Damn, that's crazy. Maybe because it's dark. Just two burns, one after the other for poor Ed.
I mean, I guess I feel emboldened by Louis agreeing with me that he's not very good, so.
Yeah, but Louis didn't say that. Ugly.
But it's
I mean, he did.
There's
in
an
so
implication.
Many words. You're just making a joke.
There's an
implication. A silly joke. I'm sure he's a nice guy. Ed, if you're a listener, come on the show.
Oh, you think he's listening to the video game podcast? You never know.
He could be.
I love when celebrities are like they like randomly reveal that they're a gamer in an interview. They're like, "Yeah, I'm actually really into Fortnite."
Girl from Obsession with the Call of Duty.
Oh, she plays Call of Duty?
Yeah, she was like a Twitch streamer. She was like you, basically, before Obsession came out.
Don't call me a Twitch streamer. I don't identify with that.
But she was like, yeah, she would just stream and goof around. And now that the movie's out and she's all famous now, she's started re-uploading her VODs so they can get views, so she can get the views, which I think is incredible. So if you go to her YouTube channel, she quit
before she was doing acting stuff.
I think she was doing it up until like Obsession started. It's like she had to do promotion and stuff for it.
Okay.
And then it got really popular, and so now
she's
very
of course
famous.
she's famous. She's in the Hollywood Illuminati. She doesn't have time to be a Twitch streamer anymore. But
she can put up her old VODs and pretend she can have stolen valor as a gamer.
For sure. That's like people looking up Timothy Chalamet's old YouTube videos, giving him hella views.
Yes, Xbox 360 controller modifications.
You know what's funny about that is I wonder how much he really did that, because it's such an interview topic that it's like, oh, you used to mod Xbox controllers. But really, as far as I know, there's only like that one video about it. And it does very much remind me of the kind of like business hobbies I would pick up when I was like 14 for like 2 months and then quit. So
okay, so you think it was like I'm going to start a YouTube channel and make a thing, but he really just modded like one controller and filmed it.
I mean, I would kind of guess that he did like less than 5 of them total. But now it's like a thing that like he used to mod Xbox controllers. I'm just saying because I had things like that I did for.
Here's what I got for you. This is from Business Insider as summarized by the AI. But it says that Chalamet uploaded 3 short videos in 2010 when he was 14 or 15.
Wow.
That's it. And apparently, oh wait, can you guess? So this is actually really funny. I hope this summary is correct because this is a really hilarious bit of things. So guess how much money he charged per controller that he modded for people.
Oh God,
so this is his business, right?
2010.
So he would mod the controller and he would like spray paint him and whatever. And guess how much he would charge per controller?
$60.
No, he's a much more generous man. He would charge, here, let me read this. Quote, he charged $10 per controller and it's estimated he made about $30 before quitting.
Wait, but
So I think you might be right.
I don't even think that's
He
enough
did
to
3.
cover the cost of the controller, though, without modding it. Or was he
Well,
charging
people
just
would
for the
send his
service?
controllers.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
just for
was
the
thinking,
service. Just for the
okay.
service.
I was
Okay,
thinking
got
he
it.
was
You thought
selling
it
the
was
whole
the whole
controller. I thought I had to add the price
In
of the
that
controller.
case, you probably would have said something like 10 to 20. So
Yeah.
you would have been close.
Yeah.
But yeah, he made an estimated $30 in total before quitting.
Did you ever try to sell anything when you were a teen? I had some attempted business ventures.
Not that I can recall. What did you try to sell? Like lemonade?
I had a phase where I was really into making these little plushies. I actually have one on my shelf right now. Maybe I can take a picture of it so Ethan could put it up. But
I'd love to see that.
I made these tiny little plushies of characters that were like 3 inches tall. I don't know what inspired me to do this. It was out of felt, and then I would sew them.
Were they, you designed the characters?
No, they were like other characters. So I did make a Harry Potter one, speaking of the game that we're in.
Like of Harry?
Of Harry, yeah.
Wow.
And I made a Santa Claus that I think I have in our... I think I have it in our Christmas stuff somewhere. Or somebody
That's
in my
really cute.
family does. I made a little dinosaur. And in the way that you do when you're 13 trying to start a business, I made a little flyer about it and posted it on Facebook. And I think maybe one of my aunts bought one.
That's success.
So
Yeah. So you are probably roughly as much of a entrepreneur as Timothy Chalamet.
yeah, I did a couple lemonade stands in my day.
Yeah.
Literally maybe
I was
twice.
never patient enough. I would always you set them up and then it's just like, no, I just want to drink lemonade and I'm gonna go play in the backyard. Just get bored.
Yeah, I mean yeah. But the prospect of making money kept me going, I guess. I had a friend.
Did you ever
in
mow lawns or anything? You continue. Say your
God,
story.
no. Imagine
Really?
me trying to mow a
Like
lawn.
mow lawns or water plants or
I didn't
whatever.
have the strength for that.
Throw newspapers.
That sounds miserable.
Well,
No, I was never trying to get a real job. I think I babysat a couple times because,
you had a real job.
not as a teen.
No, but eventually. Okay. I thought it made it sound like you were like, I'm not working a real job.
No, I mean as a teen. I think I babysat a couple times, but because family friends asked me to. It wasn't something that I sought out to do. But I was just gonna say,
That's crazy.
In middle school, I had this friend that was really obsessed with finding ways to make money or get stuff for free when we were 13. And in hindsight, it's really funny, but she would always come to me with these ideas of anytime she thought she found a bargain or a loophole to get a free thing. So she'd be like, listen, Mem, I found out we can go to Macy's and get our makeup done at the makeup counter and then just not buy any of it and we get our makeup done for free. So we did that.
So it's just any way to save a buck, even if it was on something that you didn't otherwise
But I
want.
I didn't even care.
That's funny.
But we got our makeup done at Macy's. We went to one of those kiosks in the mall hallway that sells hair curlers.
Yeah.
Curling irons.
They curled your hair?
And it's supposedly the
you
sales guy is
actually did
this is the best curling iron in the world or whatever. But she would just be like, okay, we're gonna sit here and let him sales pitch to us until he curls our entire head. Not even just an example curl, but our entire head.
And you walk away. No thanks. I mean, surely they knew because you were 15.
Well, yeah, I don't know what they expected really. Obviously
Yeah.
we didn't have money, so
You're just walking around with a full head, a full perm and a face of makeup from Macy's.
at 13 years old, looking
You got
crazy.
a free cookie from someplace.
We were looking crazy. Yeah. Oh, that was another thing is we would go to the frozen yogurt place and just do taste tests of every flavor and get a
Oh my
full
God,
serving of
yeah.
frozen yogurt. I don't know why she
they
was
know.
so into getting free stuff like that. It was
Yeah,
really
it's
funny.
like the type of behavior like you would think she grew up in like the depression type shit. Like that's like when my great grandma would talk about like
No, and, like,
saving plastic bags.
No, her family was not struggling, really. I think this was just like a thrill that she got out of.
Yeah. I mean,
Uh,
it probably would serve her well in future business.
but we did,
know,
one of the times
maybe.
we did that at a frozen yogurt place, the staff did get mad at us and like kick us out because they saw what we were doing.
I mean, I'm sure they all immediately knew what you were doing and they were just like, whatever, I'm an employee. Like, who cares?
Yeah, but I mean,
And then some of them.
somebody got mad. I don't know.
And they kicked you out.
Maybe the manager found out.
I still, to this day, don't know the difference between all those different things, like frozen yogurt, ice cream.
Well, I would imagine frozen yogurt is
Are those
made
the
of
only two?
yogurt.
Yeah, but it tastes like ice cream.
It's different. It's tangier, and it's supposed to be healthier
Is
for
it?
you.
No, because you can get vanilla frozen yogurt and vanilla ice cream, and it's like the damn same. Soft serve,
I
hard
know.
serve.
I would notice the difference.
Okay, maybe
I'm
I would too, and I just have never had them close enough together.
I'm an ice cream connoisseur, though, so.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
what's
there's
the
a-
best ice cream product you can purchase in the store, like a grocery store?
I mean, I'm a decades-long stan of simply Ben and Jerry's chocolate fudge brownie. That's what I get every time.
Ben and Jerry's is strong. Ben and Jerry's is definitely strong. I guess I was also thinking including like dilly bars.
If you
and
want to
stuff like
really
that.
blow your mind, Ben and Jerry's chocolate fudge brownie. First, you have to eat a little bit off the top so there's space in the top. Start pouring Coca-Cola in there. A little bit of
Shut the
Coca-Cola.
fuck up.
Pour a little bit of
No.
Coca-Cola at a time.
No, you're
And
doing
you're
like a
like-
reverse root beer float.
You're like making a
in
float,
the ice cream
but it's
container.
just you just pour a little at a time, like as you're eating it, and the
What
you know
happens?
I mean you get that crust on the ice cream like on a root beer float where it kind of forms a crust on it.
Is that what happens
And
with the root beer float?
there's
I don't
something
know if I've ever
about-
had one.
Something about the combination of Coca-Cola and chocolate ice cream, it creates like that's one of the foods that I think of when I'm like, this is like gonna send me to hell. It tastes so good, like it shouldn't exist. Like God is mad. God is mad about this.
Okay. Did you make this up or is this like a thing people do?
The first time I experienced this was
Experience.
one of my one of my aunts. I was at my aunt and uncle's house, and they do just like chocolate ice cream with Coca-Cola poured on it, and it changed my life completely.
Is this like an Indiana type thing?
But I haven't
This
even
sounds
done
like-
it. I actually haven't even done that in years. I still talk about it from years ago when I did it because it had such an impact on me.
Was that one of those foods? I feel like as a kid that you have like foods that you eat them and you're like, this is the best food I've ever had. Like in your head,
Yeah.
you're like, that's as good as it gets with food.
Another one for
Do
me.
you have other? Yeah,
Yeah.
give me another one.
Another one for me was the first time I had literally just peanut butter on toast.
Ooh, that can be really good. I actually would give it to
specifically when you put the peanut butter on immediately after taking it out of the toaster,
and
so all
it kind of
it
gets
melts.
melty. Right. I honestly, for me, you ever do like cinnamon toast, but you do cinnamon with sugar and then like a fuckload of butter
Yes,
on the toast?
absolutely.
That's real good too. And you get the middle pieces where it's like none of that dry crust shit.
Yeah.
You just get the nice.
Yeah, I ate so much cinnamon sugar, like butter and then cinnamon sugar toast. And then, like, years ago, I saw a meme about it that was calling that like a poor people struggle food. And I'm like, what?
I mean,
Wait.
we had poor families, I guess, right?
Wait.
So maybe there was.
Record scratch. Not
Yeah.
everybody's doing that.
It is a funny thing to go back. I assume you've had this experience to some extent, but you think back on things from your childhood and you were like, oh, we were really poor. And I just thought this was like a thing that people did.
Yeah.
Like we had the, every once in a while, there was an exciting time and our mom she would take us to this magical place called the Free Store where you just got to go and get stuff for free. It was a store,
Yeah, of course.
but everything was free. That was the food pantry.
Oh, yeah.
But we thought it was like a cool, and honestly,
Did she
shout
call
out
it
mom
the
for,
free store?
Yeah, she was like,
That's
it's
so
a free, it's
fun.
like a free store. We're gonna go to the free store, and it made it like a fun thing as opposed to like a weird. I don't even know if we would have recognized how it was a weird thing, but there was like so many things like that from my childhood where I'm like, oh, the reason why sometimes we can watch Nickelodeon and sometimes we can't is because sometimes we're successfully stealing cable, and then sometimes they figure out we're stealing it and they take it back.
Stealing the cable is such a classic thing.
A classic. You can't do that anymore.
I had
but you used to be able to just pay the TV guy to plug in the thing, and they wouldn't figure it out because they didn't have tracking for it, really, I assume, unless they sent the person by to check. So
I don't even fully know how people were doing that. Were they like going outside and like splicing the wire or something? Like what was happening?
I mean, I always got the sense, I'm sure we could just Google it, but like I always got the sense that it was like you just needed a special type of screwdriver to unscrew and screw something into another line to then feed the cable feed into your house. And so I assumed it was the way that I remember it was you pay the cable guy who's coming to look at something, or like you pay the electrician $20 and he can just plug the line in on the down low. But I mean, I vividly remember like when we would wake up some days and turn on the TV and we would just check. And sometimes you'd go to channel 41 and Nickelodeon would come on. And it was like the clouds parted. Yeah. And for that next like month or two, life had color again. I'm like having
a brain blast. I remember like, 41 being Nickelodeon.
Yep, 42 was Cartoon Network.
What was Disney? I knew Disney.
We didn't watch a lot. Disney was in like the 50s or 70s, or it was up somewhere that I didn't watch. If I was that high, I was on the Weather Channel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that real? You were watching the Weather Channel?
A lot of Weather Channel. Oh, yeah. I would watch those like looping weather report and like automated things. I would watch a show called Storm Stories. I watched the fuck out of Storm Stories.
Is that like storm chasing?
Yeah. It was more like little like, you know how they do like the First 48 or like crime, like little true crime documentary stories. It was like that, but for like storm, like, oh, I went through a tornado and my family survived. And
gotcha.
So it's like a half recreation, half like talking head documentary.
Understood.
Yeah, we had a great time. Really had a good time. So
I did want to ask you if you have any exciting stories from Open Sauce, where you just got back from.
I don't know if I have any singular exciting story, but I'll tell you, it's just a fun time that they're Open Sauce. I got to for the first time.
For the listeners, it's not a conference about leaving out bottles of ketchup. It's about technology. I don't know. I've never been.
Yes.
Would love to someday.
Why is it called Open Sauce? I don't know, honestly. Open source is probably a pun of some kind. It is effectively like it's half a YouTuber convention with basically like all kind of STEM or STEM adjacent YouTubers, and then half like a county fair with a science fair instead of a county fair. So it's like big halls with just tons of booths with people just doing random shit. So I'll tell you about some of the things we saw. So there was one that you would go, it was called the Wet Court, and it was just a big handwritten sign that said wet court. And then there was like this robot guy that they put a wig on to look like a judge, and you would go up to it and there was a microphone, and it would print out the crime you were accused of, and then you would have like 30 seconds to talk into a microphone and make your case about why you shouldn't be convicted of the crime. And then you would do this like back and forth with the judge.
And then I'm guessing the wet is that whoever loses gets like Nickelodeon slimed. Yes. I mean, what do we...
If you didn't do a good enough job, it would spray you with a squirt gun. And then it would take a picture right when it sprayed you and print it out on your little like judgment form. And then you got to take that with you. So it's just like random technology adjacent goofy things.
This sounds so fun. I'm so sad I wasn't there.
It's so silly. But then there's also just like there was a stand where people were just like teaching you how to like make paper from scratch and like the science of making paper and printing old timey prints on things. Like it's all sorts of things.
I made my own paper in Japan once.
I did that as a kid at the Children's Museum and I hated it. I thought it was just the dumbest thing ever because it was just like a sloppy break. Like it just broke apart. I think I was probably bad at it, but I don't know. Were you able to even like bend the paper you made without it breaking?
Yeah, I made some good paper. It was a slimy process, but it was like
it's so slimy.
It was like some kind of fibers. Obviously, it's made of some kind of natural fiber. I don't remember the plant that it was. Something
you have to, like,
native to Japan.
Squish it down with that
but
screen.
Yeah, I think it was in liquid. It's like slimy, and you put it in the mold, and
Yeah,
you
it
do
was
like
like paper
multiple
mache.
layers
It was
of it.
just too stimulating for me. It was sensory overload on my
Yeah.
hands, like paper mache is. I'm not into it. But I respect it. It was neat. I actually learned from that stand that the process by which they used to use dye to print like plans for architecture and stuff, like if you made plans and you needed the lines to be a certain like thinness so it looked really good, the only way to do it required this like ink that would turn the paper blue, and so you would have to do a blueprint if you wanted to make your blueprint
Blueprint?
for like a thing. And so that's why they were called blueprints.
Whoa.
The nature of it of the technology is that it made it blue.
I see.
So yeah, it was really fun. We watched a bunch of robots play hockey, like remote control robots, and it was really scary.
Weren't
'cause
there
they would move
robots
so
fighting at
fast.
some point? I saw a
There were
post about
robots
this.
fighting and punching each other, and yeah, it was a good time. And also, I met a whole bunch of people. Obviously, I would say, well, I don't know how many total that I like stopped and talked to, but 3 separate people. The very first thing they said to me, and they didn't even actually try to stop me. Because most people will be like, hi, can I take a picture? How we doing?
Mm-hmm.
But these 3 people in particular were 3 of the only people who consistently would walk by, give me a high five, and say, love the pod. These were podcast fans
Wow.
in the wild.
Yay.
And they were all chill, the chillest people.
Of course.
So they would just be like, love GLHF or love the pod. And then I would stop them and I would go, you need to stop because thank you so much. That means so much to me.
I love that.
But yeah, there's pod fans out in the wild there. And they're at the science fair.
Y'all really exist for real. Sometimes I think it's all in my head.
Same. Yeah, but
it's
they
all
are
the same
out there.
guy
So
sending us all our emails and everything.
next year, live pod from Open Sauce. Not on the schedule, obviously, just in a corner somewhere.
Just somewhere obscure by the bathrooms, by the trash cans.
It's something we should do. So yeah, Open Sauce, it's just really fun. You know, we did all the normal stuff. You go like the parties and there's YouTubers everywhere and you talk. I mean, we crossed paths with Juniper was there, obviously, talked to her for a little while, and a whole bunch of other wonderful YouTubers that
just
we got
famous
to say hello
YouTuber
to.
things.
Yep. It's such a small world. Like once you're at a certain level, like I am, obviously, it becomes just a really small.
At a certain
becomes
level,
a really small world. Like everybody just knows. Well, you're at that level too now, so you can't be smug, like reverse smug. You have to also be smug.
I don't know if I am.
You definitely are. If you like, you would immediately.
Numbers wise, I am, but like, I don't know.
You are like you would show up and everyone would be. You would be part of the crew. It would be me, you, and Hank Green, and all those people just hanging and just having a good time.
Dude, I would love to do.
You're on a Hank Green level.
Okay, well, don't give me too big of a head. I would love to do Hank Green's show that he's doing now where people just bring him questions. Have you seen this? It's just called like Ask Hank or something.
He live one at the show. They were talking about.
I love those though.
It was
They're
him
so fun.
and William Osman, and one of the questions was they were trying to figure out how what's the farthest a person could pee, like what's the like basically what's the maximum pressure. William Osman is the guy who he basically came up with Open Sauce, but he's also like a funny YouTuber guy.
Oh, okay. Apologies. He's got 3 million subs. I don't know who he is.
His videos are he was the one. Do you ever see that video where it was just adding a little bit of sawdust to Rice Krispies until people start noticing? Like how much can you add?
I've heard of that. I didn't see it, but yeah. Okay.
Stuff like that. But yeah, they were trying to figure out like how much pressure could you put in before it would then destroy your bladder it was all, stuff like that. Like what's the farthest? And they said 19 feet, which I think sounds insane. That seems way too far, but I don't know. That's what they came up with.
You better start training to figure out if that's true.
Yep. I'm doing my exercises.
That's what the water sloshing at the beginning was, wasn't it?
That's what water sloshing was exactly. It's exactly right.
Damn.
So yeah, there was
I'll be there next year.
Yeah, you definitely should come. It is just a very, very fun. I mean, it's like all the normal like fun of just kind of being at a convention, which can be kind of hit or miss. But then also there's just like a science fair with people doing crazy stuff that's not like for-profit stuff. It's just people being creative just for the sake of it.
I love
shit
like that. I think I would spend hours. I would go to every booth. That sounds really cool.
It gets busy, so it takes time. There was also somebody built a but
I'm famous, so I'll just part the seas with my fame to get past everybody.
Yeah. and they'll be like, come on up. You can, and all the little kids, you can push them out of the way. Yeah, there was a functional Pokedex that was really fun, where it was like a camera, and you could hold up like a picture of a Pokemon card. Like people were doodling Pokemon, like little kids were drawing little kid pictures of Pokemon and then pointing the Pokedex at it to see if their drawing was good enough to be recognized, and it usually was. And then it would read out the description of the Pokemon,
and this was like
in the show.
Actual device?
It was a device, and it was like a little thick because it was probably like a Raspberry Pi or something inside of it. But like it was a device that you could hold with a camera on it, and it looked like a Pokedex. It was pretty neat. So yeah, we saw a lot of really fun stuff. We had a great time. Saw a lot of good people. Did you participate in anything, or you're just there? No, I was just there. I was just moseying around.
Listen, I don't know if
I
this
might
sounds
next year.
like
I think next year I might.
I don't know if this sounds greedy of me, but I would love to freaking participate in some stuff, but I'm not really sure how that happens. I think it's because I don't have a manager.
100% you could get a manager to do it, or you could literally just email them. Like they'll open up submissions soonish, and you just email them and say, this is who I am, this is what I want to do, and this is my idea for a panel or for a booth or whatever. They're pretty they've got a wide variety of levels of.
I'm a freaking computer engineer. I could make a booth for this.
That would be sick, to man a booth all open source. First of all, you would be swarmed all the time because you're just like a YouTuber now. So you would just be constantly busy, but it would be pretty fun. What would you do? What would you make?
I don't even know. I could think of something fun though. Because goofy projects like that is all I ever wanted to do in school for like class projects. But then, I was in this like elitist school that wanted us to come up with ideas that were like practical business ideas. So they wouldn't let me just do silly things.
Ended up at open source, I think, based on my experience. So.
Yeah. But yeah, I could think of all kinds of things that would just be like basic, like some but kind of interactive game or something.
Yeah. Just anything that's ever piqued your fancy,
Yeah.
What does that mean, by the way?
I don't know if people say piqued your fancy. I think it's a different word.
What do they say?
Caught your fancy, or... I don't know.
I thought pique your fancy.
This is a question for a British person. I think last time I said we need a British consultant for the show, and 3 different people emailed us saying that they can be our British consultant. Okay. One person gave their phone number.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. All you have to do is send your phone. Let's call them right now. Get your phone out.
I can't do that.
Call them. Come on, why not?
Because it's nerve-wracking.
They probably just wouldn't pick up.
What time
Give
is
it to
it?
me. Read it on the pod. I don't have my phone in this room. Oh, well. Next week, I'll call them. What do you mean, what time is it?
What time is it in London right now?
Like 10 p.m. They're probably up.
Oh, yeah, it is 10 p.m.
You should call them. I'll give you... If you say no one more time, I'll stop bugging you. All right, fine.
I'm sorry. I get nervous on phone calls.
Well, send me their number. I'll call them next episode if we have a British-related question.
Okay.
Did they provide any context?
No, they just said the subject of the email is British person, and then the text of the email says, "Hey guys, this is my number. Ring me for any British questions."
That's the type of community we're trying to cultivate here. Did I ever tell you? There was a video I did like 3 videos ago where, as part of the MeUndies read, I said, and I wasn't sure that they were going to let me do this, but I said, "Hey, I've been promoting MeUndies for however long. If you don't believe me at this point, you should. But if you just DM me your home address, I'll send you MeUndies." And let me tell you, hundreds of people just a message.
Why would you promise
full name, home address? Because I sent them MeUndies. I wanted to send them MeUndies. Now I realized quickly that
Did you send them your undies?
I did not.
Because that's kind of what it sounds like.
No. It was not that type of thing. Though I did have a very quick realization that being a public YouTuber, because the thing that happened is people were like, "I want MeUndies, send them to this address," and then I would have to reply and be like, "What size underwear do you wear?" And that's not a good look as a YouTuber. So I quickly realized I should. Exactly. So I just bought a bunch of MeUndies gift cards and just sent them those, which was a much cleaner way of doing it. But yeah, people just didn't care. They sent me their full names, addresses, phone numbers, just
Wow.
to some YouTuber on Instagram, no less. And it was like all over the world with like little stories attached to them. I was shocked. But they got a lot of them, I probably sent, 8 different people MeUndies gift cards. So
was this something that MeUndies approved you to do? Or are you just
I mean, they have to, anything I say in an ad, they have to approve it. I can't put anything up unless they watch it first. But I was surprised. MeUndies has always been like extremely hands off. But I thought they were going to go, actually, that's like a liability. Maybe don't do that.
Yeah, I would think
but
that would like
they didn't care.
Reflect on the brand.
I mean, I wasn't going to do anything bad with it, and it's my own money, right? I can buy people underpants if I want to.
Yeah.
So it's the way it goes. Now we have a British person's number, and I have a bunch of
closed
addresses.
Now, if people still want to.
Oh yeah, people are still doing it, but it's like long. I spent more than enough money on underpants for people.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised that you actually followed through with it, but that's
I'm a
nice.
generous man, if nothing else.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Open sauce. What a time.
Cool. I do have another topic which is related to getting messages. This is just something that I've noticed is funny to me because, as you know, I don't really do sponsorships. I'm mostly completely ignoring all of my business emails.
You don't ever
shout
do
out to anybody
right?
that's no. I've done like a shout out to a charity for they didn't pay me for that. But
yeah. But you've never done a paid for your endorsement of a profitable product.
No. But so I'm mostly completely ignoring all my emails, and then I get to see these funny ways that people try to be like repeatedly emailing me to get my attention. And something that I've only noticed in the last few months has been like trending. I don't know if that's actually true or if you've noticed this or you don't even read that stuff maybe because your management does. But is people there's the water sloshing again.
Sorry. I forgot you can hear it because I have my noise canceling on, so I can't hear anything. So I can't. Yeah. These
are emails that I get from people that want to work like for me or with me for like editing or thumbnails or some kind of service they're providing, right? And a lot of them recently have been just like the subject of the email starts with an insult, and I just think it's really funny. So they'll be like all the editor ones. The subject of the email will be like, I can drastically improve the quality of your videos.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
that's very common.
Okay, well I edit my own videos, so what
Yes,
so what do you say?
You.
So what are you saying about that?
Thank you.
They'll be like, your videos are ass, but I can actually help you. Or like, you would get 10 times the views if I made your thumbnails. And I'm like, okay, well I make my own thumbnails, so
yeah.
Maybe you want to think about that.
Yeah.
But one of the funniest ones that I got recently, and it was really funny timing because I had just released my new collection on my merch shop, which I've been working on for like months, and I like took these nice pictures for it and updated the website and stuff. And I completely run my own merch shop as far as like the business side of it. I deal with all the like taxes and everything that like usually is what people hire merch companies to do because it sucks. But so I do all that myself. I put so much work into it. I'm so proud of like the quality of the stuff, and I get this email that says your fans deserve better merch.
Oh man, that's
and the
really
funny
good.
thing especially is because it's from one of these companies that are just doing like digital print on demand. Like it looks like ass, I know, because I used to do print on demand.
Do you want to name and shame?
I don't really care to name and shame, but it's it's like one of these big companies that does YouTuber merch, and it's just going to be like it's going to be a fake picture of the shirt, right? Like I actually take pictures of the physical shirt. I don't do the thing where I'm like just photoshopping the design onto the generic picture of the shirt.
Yeah, you have to do a photo shoot,
But,
that's good.
But so I know they're just doing digital prints, and I've done digital prints before, and screen printing just looks so much better. I'm so happy I do like real screen printing now at like a local business. And it looks so crisp and perfect, and it'll last through all these washes. This really sounds like I'm advertising my merch shop. But I'm proud of it.
I mean, that's I think
I put a lot of effort into
screen
it.
printing is goated.
But so that one was just especially funny to me. And he emailed me again today. It's like they're freaking desperate to get my attention, and they opened with an insult.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Beggars can't be choosers, you know. And here they are begging and choosing.
Exactly.
Did you email back and say no, they don't?
I don't know. I don't have anything to say to these people. Once in a while, if somebody sends me, if like a management company or something sends me literally 10 emails in a row, I'll respond and just be like, "Hey, I'm not interested," so they actually shut up and leave me alone.
But does it help? I feel like it doesn't even help, because then eventually, like 6 months down the line, they've cycled all their staff anyway, and they just go through all the emails and
they
send
will
you a bunch
sometimes
more.
They will sometimes wait 6 months and then be like, "But are you interested now?"
And maybe you will be someday, but probably not.
Not currently. I'm just, I don't know what I was going to say. I was trying to come up with, like, one of those... What are all those anime stereotypes that people use to describe people?
Like yandere or whatever? I don't know what any of that means, but...
What is it,
yeah,
tsundere?
right, like those words.
I'm playing hard to get, is what I'm saying.
Oh, is that what tsundere means?
I'm playing hard to get, aka playing impossible to get. You'll never get me.
Yeah. It's an individual who acts cold, hostile, or aggressive, but gradually reveals a softer, love-struck interior. Well, remains to be seen with you in these companies.
So I don't have the softer interior, though.
Yeah, they're never going to find that.
I'm just hard. I'm just fully hard.
You're too much of... Yeah, you're a cutthroat business entrepreneur who wants to handle all their own shit.
It's... A large part of it, I'm realizing, is because I'm a control freak and I have a problem with the way anybody else does something.
It is very tricky, yeah. That's been a huge lesson that I am learning and continuing to learn with, like, it is hard to do things if you want to do all of them, you know? Like,
yeah.
It's hard to do all the things you want to do just by yourself, but it's also really hard to get help, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, slowly but surely you figure it out, and then slowly you give more people on the team, you get more help, and then you get lazier and lazier, and then the quality of everything gets worse, and then your career's over, and that's how YouTubers go.
But that's the cycle.
That's
you
the
gotta
cycle.
Make room
we all have to do it.
for the new guard.
Mm-hmm. Not yet, though.
All right, well, I have... Unless you had anything else to talk about, I have 2 viewer emails.
I don't think I do. Let's do some viewer emails.
I only have 2 that I found last minute.
I told you about mummies,
panicking.
right? That's what we talked about last week.
About what?
Mummies? We talked about that, right? That's the only thing that I've read
You
about.
mentioned
That was
mummies,
last week.
yeah.
Got
People
it.
eating them and stuff.
All right. Yes. All sorts of things. Okay, cool. Viewer emails. Wait, are you going to go see the Odyssey?
I actually am on Saturday. I just got tickets.
Are you going to go see it in IMAX?
I don't know. I didn't check if it was IMAX. Maybe I should have.
Well, it's it's the only film fully filmed on only IMAX cameras, so that's the correct way to see it.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah, and so you can see it in standard, but it's like cut. It's like pieces of the film, and it's still good. They obviously filmed it with that in mind.
Oh, because it's like a different
I haven't seen it.
aspect
Yeah, because
ratio.
IMAX is like, it's not 4:3, but it's like kind of a square screen almost. And so you get a totally different.
I gotta
totally
be
different
honest. I don't always like as an experience watching the movie. I don't like notice that much of a difference.
Oh, thank you.
if
It
it's
really doesn't matter at
IMAX
all.
or
People
not.
freak out about this stuff, dude. People like, remember when people were like, "Oh, like you can't watch it on your phone. It doesn't work on your phone." I'm like, then maybe it's not that good of a movie. If I have to see it in IMAX for it to work, probably not that good of a movie.
Watching a
5
movie on
minutes
your
into it, you don't
phone
even know.
is going a little bit far for me. But as far as IMAX
You don't watch
versus
movies on your phone? I watch movies on my phone all the fucking time. That's like the best
No.
way to watch them, because you can just like put in your AirPods and just like sit there and watch them, then pause it
This is
and go to other
interesting.
stuff.
I wouldn't even watch a TV show on my phone.
Really? Do
Because
you not play game? You don't like playing like games on a 3DS? You fuck with a 3DS or whatever, right?
yeah, that's different. That's a game.
It's not that different. Yeah, but it's still an experience it's still an immersive
I don't know.
experience.
I'm a bit of a. I wouldn't say I'm a full like. What would you say? Like cinephile, audiophile. Like I'm not worried about having like all the best equipment, but I do. I have like
Okay.
I have like a projector and a nice sound system, and I want to like use that and sit on my couch and like
No,
watch something
I'm not-
for real.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's not nice. Like, I've got a nice TV, I got speakers, but if you watch a movie on your phone with AirPods and you watch it in a theater with big speakers, you know, a week after that experience, roughly the same. Like, that your experience of the movie is like more or less the same thing. It's not the same if you're like interrupting the movie to go scroll on TikTok and like watching it in a loud train station or whatever, fine. But like, broadly speaking, when you're enjoying a movie, you're enjoying a movie. Unless we,
I don't know.
like, you really think the small screen
I'm sure
just
the comments
you get
will weigh
distracted?
in, but I just can't see everything that's happening on a small screen. I'm like squinting.
Yeah, but you don't need to.
The thing about a movie
It's like
is you don't even need to see it.
You just need to get the broad strokes. That's how I watch movies. I just get the gist.
Just kind of blurry
I
pictures
go to the last
moving
20
around.
minutes and I watch the last 20 minutes and like kind of pay attention and then I judge it based on that. But it's like people are always like, I can't play games if it's not 60 frames per second. That doesn't make any sense to me at all. But I know everybody's like that. I'm in the minority there. I get it. You know, we gotta have, as everybody here knows, you know, I don't need my games to be 4K and 60 frames. If they are, great. But like, it's not that
I mean,
much.
I just think on the scale of being anal about media quality, I think I'm just a little bit more than you. But
yeah.
But I see what you're saying.
But
I relate to that.
Not so much like
only
IMAX,
so far though.
Who cares? Well, maybe you would
Because
really
I am
appreciate
thinking
the
about
IMAX.
because when you're saying like the experience of how you watch the movie doesn't matter, the first thing I think of is the fact that I watched the live action Little Mermaid on an airplane and the audio quality was all fucked up. I was plugging in my own headphones, but the audio was like peaking all the time because something was wrong in the system. It was like,
and you enjoyed it just as much as you would have otherwise.
So what I'm saying is no. When I think of that movie,
I agree.
all I
Of
can
course,
think
there's
of
a
is
line.
like that it sounded like shit.
And I'm not saying it doesn't matter at all, but I'm saying it's maybe 10% of the experience, unless it's that bad. But like watching a movie on a plane is maybe a little too far for me. But I swear to God, the other day I was on a plane because I was going to Open Sauce, and I must have watched 30% of Project Hail Mary on the guy's seat in front of me, only seeing the subtitles, and I was captivated. Like,
yeah, that's a classic.
I was locked in.
I will watch a movie over somebody's shoulder with the subtitles on.
And it's still, if it's a good movie, you know, not all movies maybe could work in that capacity. But I just think we super overrate like the technical. I think it's because we're a little bit spoiled, you know. Like, we used to watch movies on a 6-inch black and white television, and we thought it was real that the horses were going to come out of our television because
we should go back to that. Is what you're saying?
Then we would learn. Yeah, I'm just saying, you know, books don't have screens at all, and they're pretty good. So
I hear you. Do you want to read some emails?
I would love to.
This person signed their email Bison Hider. I'm not sure.
Whoa.
If that's...
You need a really big shed.
True. You ever seen a bison?
Yeah.
I've seen some bison in some national parks, I think.
Not up close, but they are. I saw that video of that old guy get fucking yeeted by a bison the other day. Did you see that?
Ooh, no. That sounds
he survived,
horrible.
but he had to go to the hospital because he's really old. And also, the scary thing is, it's like they weren't. It's not. You know, a lot of times it's because they like crossed a barrier.
Because he was really old, or because he got attacked by a bison. I feel like you'd need to go to the hospital either way.
Well, I'm saying if I got attacked by a bison,
you would be fine.
Obviously, wouldn't have had to go to the hospital. Yeah, because I'm obviously stacked. But this old guy, you know how old guys are. But
just
yeah,
fragile
it
as
was
paper.
This guy, and he wasn't even in a place he wasn't supposed to be. Right? It was just. The bison kind of freaked out and got distracted and just ran into like a picnic area and yeeted this guy. I'm like, how scary would that be, dude? Those things are big. Absolutely massive. So if you want to see that, you can type in bison attacks.
I don't know that I want to see it. I think I've heard enough.
I mean, it's not graphic, but it is scary.
Shout out to that man. Hope he's okay.
I should check.
Bison Hider, though, in our email says...
Yeah, that's what needed to happen. He needed this guy around, could have saved him.
He says, when working through ideas that seem interesting for a video, how often do you explore an idea before realizing it isn't as interesting as you thought?
Oh.
And I thought this was an interesting question because for me, I would say most of the time, like, I think there's been maybe a couple videos that I actually have canceled making because, like, the gameplay didn't work out to be as interesting as I thought it might be. But
Yeah.
generally, I just feel like I need to think less about the idea and just start doing something, because usually halfway through the process of making the video, I like the idea more because I'm already working on it, and as I'm working on it, I'm like coming up with more ideas about it, and then by the end, I actually really like it. That's for me.
Yeah. I kind of have learned to, I've come back around on that because that's how I used to go, is I would just like start doing a video, and then halfway through you kind of find the soul of it, and then you carry that forward, and then there's your video. But then in the last like year, I got all like obsessive about planning, and I found that actually kind of worked against me. That like over planning before just getting into it ended up meaning that I just did a lot of structural work on a video that I didn't know what the heart of it was yet anyway.
Yeah.
And then I would end up having to redo it all once I actually got into it. So, yeah, I tend to find that like you can feel in your gut if you're interested in an idea. And if you are, that's usually enough to get you somewhere. Now, every once in a while, you'll follow an idea, like, because my videos in particular, it'll be like a question I have, right? Like where do the power lines go and whatever, where do the rivers go? And sometimes you look and where they go just isn't that interesting. It's just kind of lame. And in those cases, I'll just throw it away and do something else. But that's really, really early in the process, typically. And 9 times out of 10, if you just are like excited and curious about things, you'll just find something funny or enjoyable about everything. So I tend to just trust that everything can be enjoyable, you know?
Yeah, that's what I think in general. I've said this before. I think the initial idea is overrated, and I find myself obsessing sometimes about, like, when I don't know what my next video is going to be, coming up with a bunch of ideas and writing them down and being like, none of these are good enough. I suck. Like,
yeah.
But I don't even know that yet because I haven't started it, you know? Like, most of the time, if I just start something, it ends up working out and I end up liking it.
Yeah. Now, it is true that while people do overrate the importance of an idea, it also is true that a great idea can carry a video, even if the video kind of sucks. Like, there are a ton of videos out there that maybe aren't actually very well put together and are maybe even kind of boring when you're actually watching them, but just you just want to know the answer to the question enough that you'll kind of sit and watch the whole video like that. Have you ever saw that video where it's that advice for time traveling to medieval Europe guy, and it's just a guy sitting in front of a bookshelf for an hour just talking off the cuff about he's like a medieval expert. But that's an example of like, he didn't really have to do that much like work, and the video is pretty low effort, but it's just a great idea.
Yeah.
So the idea can definitely work, but I agree that everybody overrates the importance of the initial idea. Or at least maybe what it is they underrate the importance of executing, which is really where the skill comes in, you know? Like anyone can come up with ideas, but it's actually doing them that's the hardest part.
Yeah, and the doing them is where, like, how you do it is where more of the originality comes from, in my opinion, than the idea. Like, everybody's worried about
100%.
Ideas being original. It's really about, like, I mean, especially the kind of stuff I watch where it's more like individual YouTubers that are like, you like them for their personality. Nobody else is going to do that same idea the way that you would if you like put your personality and your quirks into it. So
yeah,
I have to remind myself of that all the time because I get really bad kind of writer's block when it comes to like deciding what my next video is going to be, even if I have like 20 different ideas written down that would be fine if I would just pick one. I get like way over analyzing about which one to do.
Yep, I have a little saying for myself now. JSS. Just start scripting. Just don't outline. Just start writing. Just start it. And you probably will even throw away
I say
the
just
initial
keep swimming
burst.
like Dory from
Just keep swimming. Yeah, and that's perfect.
Yeah.
Just go.
You just got to do something.
Because that's really where the magic will come from, is actually doing, not planning.
Yeah.
Not that you shouldn't plan anything, but the
Same
art
thing
comes
with
from
writing.
doing.
That's why the cure to writer's block is you just write something. And
Yep.
even just start writing something, assuming that you're just going to throw it away.
Yep.
And you'll figure it out.
In fact, try to write something that's so bad that you throw it away.
Yeah.
And you'll find that it's actually harder than you think, because you'll just naturally start to write.
Mm-hmm. Wow, we are so insightful.
I agree. That's my favorite thing about this pod. It's the number one podcast for insight on the web in 2026, I think.
Definitely. The second...
I just had a weird flash forward moment that I feel like what if we were going to win an award for this podcast one day?
What award would that be?
I don't know.
Are there
It'll be at the
podcast
Streamies
awards?
or something. Yep. We're going to be the first ever Oscars for podcasts.
The trophy would be a little old style microphone, for sure.
Aw. Yeah, it definitely would.
The pods, maybe.
Welcome to the pods.
And the
I'm your host.
the percentage of white men in that room would be off the charts.
High. Probably 99%.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's more, God bless, there's more diversity in pods now, I feel like, than there used to be.
For sure. I mean, it's just like
It's definitely gotten
genre.
better.
I do need to get to the second email. We're already over an hour. It's fine.
All right.
Wait, now I lost it. What was I going to say? Something about podcasts. Oh, just...
The pods and white men.
I realize that I'm biased because I'm speaking on a podcast right now. But I think people over complain about, like, there's too many podcasts these days.
They do, yes. Yeah, I agree completely.
Because it's just like a talk show. The complaint that I hear is from people being like, this is such low quality media because half the time it's just listening to like a couple of friends talk about nothing. And it's like, okay, but...
Those are the good ones. That's what you want.
First of all,
the
those
bad ones are the ones that are
I
like really serious and think that they're really smart.
But
those are the ones that we have
regardless,
too many of.
There have always been talk shows on TV where they're essentially sitting there talking about nothing. I mean, watch a fucking like morning show. It's so boring. They're just like talking about the weather and their dogs and shit. Like, it's always been a thing. People just enjoy watching people that they like their personalities talk. There's always been shows like that on TV and nobody cared. Yeah.
It's a classic case of there are too many podcasts, but the answer is actually I saw a podcast I didn't like. That's all it was. They just saw one or two and they were like, I don't like that. And then they extrapolate.
But
I agree.
I see the same people complaining about the existence of video podcasts and being like, why would anybody care about watching a video podcast? I don't want to watch two people talking. And I'm like, that's the same thing as fucking a talk show. Like, that's the same thing as watching like David Letterman or something.
It's like, people being like, why would you want to watch someone play video games when you could just play video games? You're like, you really just don't get it. It's not, so totally, we're just not on, it's fine.
Also just like, it's a pointless point to make because thousands of people do. So like, what are you even saying? Like, it's happening
it is
already.
funny because underlying that is you're saying, I don't think people should do the things they want to do. I think they should do the things I want them to do.
Yeah,
that is a very silly thing.
But again, I have a horse in this race. I'm talking on a video podcast right now.
Is it a video podcast?
Yeah.
This is it?
Dude, a lot of people say that they watch this as a video and they straight up just watch it and sit there.
Do you see what is on the screen right now, Mem? You're telling me you believe people who say this is what they're looking at?
People say they do. Forth? People say they do.
This isn't, there isn't anything.
And they can't even see our face.
All right. Well, see now, how many more views do you think you would get if we did face podcasts? Because anytime we do one, they do better.
Yeah, they do blow up a lot more. But I feel like that's also largely because if people see the regular thumbnails to this pod, they just don't even know that it's us doing it. Because we always get comments on those that are like, I didn't even know that like you guys that I recognize had a podcast. And how
cool is that? That's so cool to be like, holy shit, my two favorite YouTubers have a podcast. And I didn't know because the thumbnails just looked like something like a sixth grader's like gameplay, first chance gameplay, let's play.
Also,
well, now they don't because we have the logo.
You got a problem with my thumbnails again.
It's been me. I'm the one who's been emailing you.
I'll have you know I put a whole 5 minutes into every thumbnail for this podcast.
It shows. I see every second of that 5 minutes.
I saw somebody posted the thumbnail to the episode we did in the forest on Blue Sky. And and tagged me and everything and was like, I love how ass the thumbnails are for GLHF.
I don't even remember which one that is.
That one
yes, I do.
is like, we're both like in shadow.
Really yeah, and it's just like bloody, gross people. Yeah, there's some real bangers for sure.
What else am I supposed to do?
Well, I wonder what our best thumbnail ever is.
It's not clickbait. It's showing you what the episode looks like. That is what you're going to be watching with your full rapt attention for an hour.
Mm-hmm. I did really like the one where it was that game where we had to doodle ourselves, that weird zone.
That was fun.
That was a good thumbnail. And
that was fun, and it was really cute that
four...
viewers went in there afterwards and were like taking group pictures together. That was really cute.
Extremely cute. I also liked when it was 4 of the baby game in a row. That was really funny.
Yeah.
Strong. All right, anyway, last email?
Well, maybe I'll skip the last email because I need to make an announcement. I should have done this at the beginning. Everybody's gone by now.
Well, yeah, that's the problem is now you're going to have to double announce. What's our viewer retention like? I honestly, I can't log into our account anymore because I lost everything about it. So, and thank God, because I would have been obsessing over the metrics and I would just be bringing them up all the time, and we don't need that.
Yeah,
so
honestly,
it's probably like
I don't look at them.
50% of people. That's probably high, but enough. We can just make sure people comment down below so that then people see the comments about the announcement. Okay,
sure. I feel like nervous and bad to say this because I know people are going to be sad, but despair not. Okay, it's going to be okay. The podcast is going to be taking a break because I'm going to be taking a break for a couple months. And I think for now we're going to stop. The last episode will be wait, what did I say? The last episode will be...
You told me August 11th.
August 11th.
Would be when the last one would go up.
Which means
not
after...
the last one ever. So no, everything's okay.
We'll be back. I know everybody just started crying. I'm so sorry.
I know, they probably thought you were going to announce the end of the podcast, period.
No.
They thought you were going to say...
No, we'll definitely be back. But in general... I'll talk about this in my next video if you're a viewer of mine, which many of you aren't, and that's fine. You can just be pod viewers. I love you too.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, they're the best.
But I will talk about this in my next video. My next video is going to be my last kind of like big video, and then I have some smaller ones pre-recorded. But I'm taking a little hiatus for a couple months, so I'm not going to be podding, and I'm not going to be live streaming.
You're not going to be talking to me at all? She got sick of me is the problem. So she's taking an Austin break.
This is the main way we communicate these days. So
yeah. I mean, it's definitely in terms of minutes, the most we talk.
Yeah.
Wait, that's sad.
It is.
Oh, well, we'll talk about that later.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
We just do a fake podcast to nobody.
Yeah, we'll have a weekly gaming sesh where we stand in a video game and have a conversation, but we just don't record it.
Unpublished. But yeah, so I don't know. I hope I don't upset people too much. We'll be back. You'll find something else to fill the void.
Yeah,
I'm
they'll
sure.
be fine. They'll have video. I'll be putting up videos. You know, I'm sure there's other podcasts as bad as GLHF out there that they can find. Apparently, there's so many podcasts out there. There's got to be one.
Yeah.
That is on par with this one.
But we'll come back potentially better than ever. I mean,
you never know. Question. Yeah, we're gonna absolutely knock it out of the park.
And then we'll go on tour.
Whoa. 2027 live GLHF. I would, I don't know if I believe in podcast tours. I mean, they're super, super lame, but I bet people do make money on them and like them.
Another email that I got incessantly from somebody was, they want me to consider going on tour. Just me as a YouTuber doing a YouTuber
stand-up?
tour.
Yeah, doing a little
I have no idea what I would do.
Where
Absolutely
are you from?
Not.
Oh, yeah? No way.
I will not be doing
What kind of job do you have? Oh, you work in defense. I bet you could pull it off.
Well, I think I've actually mentioned this on the pod before, that if I were to do some kind of live show, it would be like weird. I would have to come up with something. I would be like displaying a talent that nobody has ever seen me do before. It would be like an hour of me tap dancing or something. It's just something completely
juggling.
Unrelated to anything.
Oh, I had a question. I'll write this down for next week. I did have a question related to juggling, but I'll write it down for next week.
Oh, That's our cliffhanger
Yeah.
for this episode.
Perfect.
There's a
I love that.
juggling question.
Hey, can you explain to me in this game why we're dressed up as James Bond? Even though it's Harry Potter.
Well, so yeah, this is like a old school Harry Potter video game parody. And, well, it's called Secret Agent Wizard Boy, so I believe we are supposed to be secret agents of some kind. Which would... hence the suits.
Well, you played it.
I have played it.
Are we?
I wouldn't say that the lore is explained, really. It's mostly running around, doing random things. And I really like this girl in the corner that just spins. She's just spinning like crazy.
Oh, damn, she really is. Does she say anything?
I don't know, you can kill her if you want.